Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.
We are the nation of domination.
What is up? What is up, Eagles Nation? It's your boy Birdgang 31 in the building. Good morning to everybody. Hope everybody had a good night last night. You know, the Philadelphia Eagles schedule has been released, and we're going to definitely get into it and talk about it today. How's everybody doing? Hit that like, hit that subscribe on the way in. Will be much appreciated to you. You know, good morning, everybody. I want to first off wish my second oldest, Lanaya, a happy 12th birthday, man. My little one's growing up real fast, man. The Eagle flock is growing every single day. And I just want to let her know that Daddy loves her. And we're going to definitely get some things going. So, hey, guys. How you guys doing this morning? We're going to definitely get into the schedule right now. Twitch, good morning to you, my guy. Thanks for stopping by. Share this video. You know, let's get into it. The Eagles schedule is out, and you know, this is what it looked like. You know, some things that you want to talk about, you know, right off the jump is one of the things I didn't like about it was the fact that we have no Cowgirl primetime games, man. No Cowgirl primetime games this year. That's one of my favorite games to watch. The Cowgirls losing on primetime is definitely one of my favorites. And I'm really sad that we didn't get any of those today. But, you know, it is what it is. We start out the season in Brazil. Obviously, everybody knew that. Green Bay Packers, you know, should be an interesting game, first game of the season. I think Green Bay is an up-and-coming team that's doing big things over there. You know, they just got Josh Jacobs. And I think, you know, Love is on his way to ascending into being a great quarterback in this league right now. So that's going to be interesting to see how we shape up the first game of the season. We really get to test our coordinators out and see if they're ready to take this team to the promised land like I think we should get to. Then we go week 2 against the Falcons. You know, I believe that's another home game. So it's back-to-back home games there. Then we travel, you know, to New Orleans, go to Tampa Bay, And then we got a week 5 bye, which I really do not like this week 5 bye. I think it's way too early in the season to even be talking bye. And I think that the NFL really messed that one up. And I don't think the Eagles like that one as well. I wouldn't like it if I was a player. You're only playing 4 games and you're going into a bye. Then you got to go, the rest of the schedule, with no bye weeks. If anybody gets hurt, they're just going to be missing games. And at least the bye week was always that way that we can always, heal some people, get some people back in the fold that we need late in the season to make this playoff push. But anyways, I know a lot of people hate it. I hate it too. No bye week. I mean, a bye week, week 5, definitely a bad spot for that. I don't really like that one. But it is what it is. The schedule's out and it is made. So that is what the Eagles going to have to deal with is that week 5 bye week. Week 6, we play the Browns. Week 7, the G-Men. Week 8, the Bengals. Week 9, we get to play an old coach, the one that won the championship for us, Dougie P in Philadelphia. That's going to be a nice game, you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to go to that game and see if we can go beat Dougie P at home. He brought us that championship. You get to go outside the stadium and see his statues up in front of the link and remember the good times he had here in Philadelphia as we whoop on the Jags. So that's going to be really nice. Week 10, I believe we traveled to Dallas. Week 14, Washington. Traveled to LA in week 15. Week 16, we got the football team or Commanders. Week 17, the Dallas Cowgirls come to us. Hopefully has playoffs, seeding aspirations in there. And week 18, we go to the Giants or we play the Giants at home. So I think the last 4 games are at home for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a nice home stretch we have there. And I think it's going to be a really great season. By that time, we shouldn't even be worried about a playoff game at that point. He said, happy birthday to your little one. Thank you, man. Much love to you. That's awesome. She is 12, and she is growing every single day in front of my eyes. Let's see here. So, looking at this was on Twitter. By Jeff Curry said the Eagles will have 4 home games in the final 5, 4 out of the last final 5 games at home, and it'll be the first time since 1951. First time, where the Eagles won't have to go anywhere. 4 out of the last 5 weeks, which I think, especially if we get home field advantage, which I think we will throughout the playoffs, that's going to be something great for us. That's going to be something that's going to really help us out. Keeping the players at home, they'll be familiar. They can go, handle their business on Sunday, Monday, whatever it is, and then get out of there. Start off the year 8 out of their first 12 away from the link. And that's including the home game in Brazil, which, everybody has their opinions. I don't really care. Still 8 home, still 8 games. You get to go to Philadelphia, 8 away, so that extra game is, every team gets one every year. And I'm pretty sure the NFL is going to try to use that extra game for most teams, to have their little overseas type games that they're trying to get into. Have consecutive road games on 3 different occasions where we're going on the road back to back, which travel time, Philadelphia Eagles isn't that bad of a football team on the road, depending on how far the travel is. I think that will be the biggest key to those 3 different consecutive travel away games we have there. And like I said, no plane travel from 11/24 to 1/5, 42 days of not having to jump on a plane, can handle all their games either at home or on a bus. So that's pretty good. I like the way that's shaped up for the Philadelphia Eagles. Most people say that this schedule is easy. It's easier than last year for sure. I think it is a little bit easier than last year, but it's not the easiest schedule. Teams from last year that had losing records are, really upgraded their teams this offseason and definitely going to change up this year. We can't say every team that we thought was good or bad last year will be good or bad this year. You know what I'm saying? It's way too early in the season to talk about that. We got some preseason games here. Starting August 9th, we'll be at Baltimore at 7:30 p.m. We will be playing the Ravens, so it'll be good to see, what that Ravens squad looks like, the players on their team, some of the matchups you'll be seeing, on the field, even though a lot of the backup players probably be playing, but you get to see them go against the Ravens. We can see what the Ravens will be bringing. And I know the game's a little later in the season, but at least we do play them and we get a first take at them. I heard that the August 15th at New England should be joint practice. So the Eagles will be having a joint practice. What they said, it's not 100% official, but they said they will be doing joint practice with the New England Patriots this year. So that'd be also fun to check out. August 24th, Minnesota, 1 p.m. The last preseason game before we hit the season, baby, against Minnesota. Another team. It'd be good to see what's going on in Minnesota, what their team looks like. Ain't nobody really worried about it. My boy Slade definitely be locking down Justin Jefferson. So, I doubt they'll be playing very much that game. I don't think anybody be playing in that final game. You get to really see who will make this 53-man roster, what young stars will come out and shine, to earn that roster spot. Because that's what it's all about for the young guys right now, is earning roster spots, Will they make the team? We got a lot of cornerbacks. We got a lot of freaking players out there that, we want to see make this football team. So definitely sucks having to buy early, but at the end of the year, we won't have to travel as much. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, it's like a bye week is meant to rejuvenate your team. A bye week is meant to help, you got a long 17-game season. You want that, extra week towards the end of the season to help your players refresh and get ready for the playoffs. Help some players heal up and get ready for that playoffs. He said, would you like to see our starters getting snaps work out the kinks in with the new coordinators? Yes, exactly. I really think the Eagles need to treat this preseason a little different. I know the week that we do the joint practices with the Patriots, if we do them, the week that we do the joint practices with the Patriots, we probably won't see them play that week, but they'll be getting a lot of good work in during the week. But the first game, I would like to see these coordinators come out and play a couple series. I want to see them come out, play a couple series. Let's get a glimpse, even though Nick Sirianni don't like showing very much, but let's get a glimpse of what's to come. Maybe a series, maybe 2 series, who knows? We just a series or 2, just to get them fresh on the field, check out the return game, see how that works. They'll have our, starting return some kicks, have our starting units on special teams go out there and, really try to perfect, the new kickoff rule, even though they get limited time, before the season started. At least get them out there for that first quarter and let them do it. Billy D, what's up, my guy? The Twiz, did you sleep? He says, I'm up with the Roosters. Hell yeah. Up early today, man. First early stream in a while. The way my schedule's been going, I've been trying to find time to podcast more. I'm trying to make some more videos. I got a couple of good videos coming out here. We're going to have a little freaking stretch of videos. I'm going to really break down this football team, position by position, groups at a time, and just really give you my intake on that. He has said, I hate to buy, but 20-0, let's go. Exactly, 20-0 until proven otherwise is how we do it here on the nation. 20-0 until proven otherwise. I really like the way it shapes up, man. Like, looking at the schedule, man, I'm not really seeing much, to be worried about. I'm not really scared of too many of these teams, Obviously, you got your division games. Some of the division teams got better. So we're gonna have to worry about that. But other than that, the rest of the schedule doesn't. I'm not saying it's cupcake or anything, but I will say that it's very doable. Very doable. Hold on one second. Let's see. So let's break down this game. Like, what's my record prediction for this year's Eagles squad? What I'm saying? Let's bring this back up and let's go game by game. My honest opinion, way too early, but honest opinion about how these games are going to shape up here. We bring it back up here. Also, Green Bay, I think will be a test. I think there will be a sloppy first quarter, of the football game for both sides of football, on both teams, really on both sides of football. Just because it's the first game of the season, they got to travel to Brazil, different time zone. I know it's up for an hour, and it's going to be a later game for these guys. But I do think the Eagles can come out and get a W that week 1, versus Green Bay. I think that this offense with Saquon Barkley is going to hit another level that we've never seen. This defense got a lot of young talent on it. And I think, like I said early, Green Bay might be able to get some plays off on us, but we would definitely lock it down towards the second half and really solidify the win in week 1. Week 2, hopefully I'll be going to that. I believe it's Sunday night football or Monday night football game against the Falcons. We go against Kirk Cousins again. It seems like every year the Eagles and Kirk Cousins have to play each other, ever since his Washington days. So it's going to be another L for Kirk. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to win. The Falcons are an up-and-coming football team, but they're not there yet. We are a playoff caliber team. They're a good team coming up and rising. So I do see another W there. We go to the Saints, which is Saints is an interesting team. They got some nice defensive players over there, but I do believe they do not have enough firepower to stop this offense, and our defense should be able to stop their offense there. And I think that it's be another interesting game traveling down to New Orleans. Going to see about going to that game and seeing how that game shapes up and pans out too as well. But I do see another win for the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 4, Tampa Bay has had our number. Kicked us out of the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years, man. Playoff kicked us out. I don't know what it is about Tampa Bay, but they find ways to beat the Eagles. But I think the Eagles get some revenge here. And we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay, heading into our bye week 5. So we come back. We got a tough game because against the Cleveland Browns, even though Cleveland, didn't play too well last year. They have a lot of talent. As long as you got a guy like Myles Garrett on your football team, you definitely have a chance to win it. He's one of the league leaders in sacks. Deshaun Watson's going to be coming back. Hopefully, another year under his belt and his new offense, and him and his weapons can go out there and play some really good football. So I do think we do take another W there. That's another win for the Philadelphia Eagles. I do see that happening. The little G-men, the little G-men is going to be interesting. It'll be the first game Saquon plays his former team. And guys, I tell you, I believe that Saquon goes off. Goes off his first game back against the Giants, man. I think Saquon's like, you didn't want to pay me, and I'm going to show you why you should have. He's going to go out there, and I think this will be his first 200-yard game for the Eagles. I do see a couple of them in the near future for Mr. Barkley over there. So that's another W. Now we go, we got the Bengals. Joe Burrows and those guys, they've been inconsistent. I know they lost Joe Mixon to the Texans this year. T. Higgins looking for more money over there. They're not trying to pay him either. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrows are definitely good 1-2 connections that you got to worry about. But I do feel like the Bengals are not prepared for a Philadelphia Eagles squad. I believe it's another primetime game, and the Eagles will show up and show out on primetime and beat the Bengals. Now, Sunday Night Football against Dougie P, baby, against Dougie P. I'm looking forward to that game as well. That's going to be another game that, I circle on my calendar. Like I said, I will be trying to go to this game because I think out of all the home games, there's only a couple of them I really want to go to. I like going into the opener last year, but I really feel like Dougie P, back in Philly, that'd be a great home game to go to. You got a young quarterback on the rise. They got some weapons over there. They're a nice young football team, and I think it'll be a great challenge for the Philadelphia Eagles. But again, I do think we win that game. Now, Dallas. Dallas, week 13. This is going to be the first year, and I mean the first year, these Dallas Cowgirls get swept. Swept. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles will sweep the Cowgirls this year. I'm telling you that now. Mark it down. Write it down. Whatever you want to do. Screenshot it. Whatever. But the Eagles will sweep the Cowgirls in 2024. It will happen. It's going to be great. and I hope you guys are prepared to see it. I hope you Cowgirl fans out there are prepared to see your team get swept this year, because it's going to happen, and there's nothing you guys can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. It's going to be awesome. I love it. We got here week 11, the Commanders. Now, the Commanders are going to be a sneaky good team. To me, it matters how good Daniels is. This is going to be later in the season, so we're going to have to really see how they're rolling, because I do feel like the Commanders got a little bit better this offseason, but I don't think, I think they might even be second in the division. I think the Cowgirls take that lump this year. It's going to be a lot of primetime games, which I am very mad they got more primetime games than us. I am infuriated about it. More primetime games than the Eagle with 6. The Eagle has 5, but you'll be able to see the Cowgirls get beat up on, 6 times on prime time, which is always a good thing. But I do think Commanders take number 2 spot in the NFC East this year. I know, call me crazy, but that's just a gut feeling that I have that will happen. But we definitely gonna get that W there. Then we go to LA. Now, we've been going to LA a lot lately, to play these Rams, they're gonna be without the best defensive tackle pretty much of all time. Aaron Donald, he is retired. But they do have some nice weapons. I think this is going to be a good game to test out our receiving, our cornerback group. We're going to have a lot of guys back there, but you got, what's his name? Nakoku Puka over there. You got your boy, what's his name? Cup over there. You got some nice football receivers over there. And I think, Stafford will be able to get the ball out a lot to these nice weapons, and it's going to be a real challenge for the Eagles. And I will say it's possible we can take an L there. What I'm saying? I do believe we're a good football team. If it's up to me, it's 20-0, but I have to give some losses here, and because I do believe that we won't be undefeated, in real time. So I say it's a sneaky loss to the Rams there. And then we go to Baltimore, and this is a game most people circled as a loss on the schedule, and I can see why. They got the reigning MVP. They went deep into the playoffs last year. They picked up Derrick Henry this offseason. They picked up, a lot of good draft picks over there in Baltimore, and they got some talent over there. But I do believe the way our team is set up, we will be able to stop that running game of Baltimore. We got the big hogs up front, and I do see us beating, not losing, because most people will have us losing this game, but I do see us beating Baltimore in that week 13 matchup. It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a close game, but I do have us winning that game. Then we go to week 14 against the Panthers. No one cares about the Panthers. Ain't nobody worried about the Panthers. They don't have anybody on the team I'm really too worried about. I think that's an easy W. And then we go to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is another one of those teams where they sneak out wins against the Eagles. In-state rivals. They sneak out wins against the Philadelphia Eagles. So we're definitely going to have to beware on that game, because I do think that is a possibility that, that they sneak one in. I know they're dealing with their quarterback situation. Whichever one out of the two is starting at the time. You got Russell Wilson over there. Mike Tomlin, can definitely coach up some players and help players reach their full potential. So if anybody's going to get the full potential out of Russell Wilson, or even, what's his name? They got traded over there. Justin Fields. Whichever one of those guys are starting at that time, they will be playing some good football, I believe, over there. Mike Tomlin is one of them coaches that will definitely get it out of you. Plus, their defense is stacked. So that is another possible L. I'm just thinking of teams that beat us, which we always think we're going to beat, but they end up turning around and beating us. And the Steelers is another one of them teams that defense is tenacious. And if their offense is hot that week, I do see a possible L there. We sweep the Commanders. we sweep the Cowgirls, and we sweep the Giants. So that's how the season's gonna break down for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it breaks down to me. I know that was 15-2. 15-2 is a high. I do believe somehow, somewhere, another one of these games we lose because I got the record prediction, way too early prediction. But 14-3 again. The last time I predicted this, the Eagles was 14-3, and we did go to the Super Bowl. And I am telling you, the Eagles will be back in the Super Bowl again this year. So, mark it down, man. I want to get up early with you guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat how you guys feel about the schedule, what you love, what you don't like about the schedule. Most people hate the bye. I will admit that most people do hate that bye. I'm one of them that hate the bye. I think the week 5 bye is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like we should not be, having a bye so early in the season. I think that could come back and haunt us. Our biggest problem with this football team is they gassed out at the end of the season. I know there's a lot of coaching errors and a lot of coaching things. But at the end of the day, a lot of players gassed out. You heard Jordan Davis say he gassed out that at the end of the season. A lot of players gassed out. Some of these players came from college to the Eagles, like Jordan Davis went college to the Eagles. We went all the way to the Super Bowl, meaning we were done with our season in February, to turn started out 10-1, on fire. But I just feel like, that was just too much. A short off season. They gassed out last year. We didn't have enough in the tank to get it done. But, we had a little bit longer off season this year. And I think, the players will be ready to go come this season. So, like I said, man, the Eagles it's looking pretty bright in Philadelphia right now. I just want to see what these coordinators got. I want to see Fangio, what he can bring on this defensive side, because he's going to be really tested. He's going to get tested. Let's see what are some really good offenses that we're going to see him get tested. He's going to get tested first week against Green Bay with Love and Josh Jacobs over there, which is a huge pickup, man. I really wanted Josh Jacobs this offseason, but I am happy that we got Saquon Barkley. We're not going to get too tested with Atlanta. The Saints, not too worried about them. Whenever you're playing Godwin and Mike Evans, that's a good test for your secondary. I feel like, we're going to really see our secondary play over there. The Bengals, maybe, if they got Higgins back. Obviously, the Cowgirls is always such a good test for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Ravens is going to be a monster test, especially stopping that run game and running attack they have over there. And then the Rams with the young secondary, performing against all those guys, Puka and Cup and those guys. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it shapes up. But I think, like I said, 20-0, baby, 20-0 to proven otherwise. I don't see anybody on this schedule that I'm really too worried about. Only having, I believe, not playing the Cowgirls in prime time, and then only having a couple of early morning games, 1:00 games is going to be kind of crazy. I think they said something like we only had 2 1:00 games. I need to double check the times. Sorry, it's early. I didn't get all the things loaded. I just wanted to make sure before I went to work today, I jumped on here and talked to you guys about the schedule release. He said, we need our defense to play sound football and tackle well, and we should win most of our games. Jalen, take care of the ball and get back to MVP form. And I'm 100% with you on that one. I think Jalen Hurts will be back in MVP form, guys. A lot of people want to say that he had a bad season, but I don't really see it as being a bad season. Like, yes, the turnovers were horrible. I do hate that. But other than that, he had a pretty neutral season. If you want to look at the stat wise, I think he had one more touchdown than he had the year before, which is great when he was the MVP candidate. Really, if you take away those interceptions and you had some yards there, he could have been a 4,000-yard passer. Jalen was hurt all last year, and I mean like the whole season. I don't remember a time last year I seen Jalen hurt and he didn't look, hurt, a little bit. Even when he had open runs, it didn't seem like he had the same burst. He didn't have the same, electric, style of running, and I think that really affected him. Something was going on with him, but hopefully this offseason he took care of it and he comes back 100% going into the season, because we need that same Jalen Hurts, to put fear, especially with a guy with like Saquon Barkley in the backfield with you, to put fears in a defensive heart. If you have to count on Jalen taking off still, with a Saquon Barkley and with the receivers and tight ends that we have here on this football team, it's going to be hard for anybody to stop. Saquon Barkley is going to be a huge, and I mean huge, addition to this football team. People don't realize how good. I know a lot of people want to say, oh, this is the CMC comparison. Just like when CMC came from the Panthers and went to San Francisco, and now he's the best back in the league. I think it's going to be bigger than that. It's going to be bigger than that. For one, Saquon Barkley was a top 5 draft pick. He had the pristine of a number one. He had the pedigree of being the best back in the league a long time ago. He's been on a shitty team his whole career, and he still was a focal point of the offense every single year and produced some pretty good numbers over there in New York. Everybody know, if he were healthier, we would be talking a lot more about him. Maybe the Giants win a couple more games. But at the end of the day, we said the same thing about Swift. If Swift is healthy, he's going to be a good back in Philadelphia. Guess what? Swift was pretty much healthy this whole time in Philadelphia. And you see what happened with him. We've had back-to-back 1,000-yard rushers in this offense, and neither one of those rushers, I don't even think we've ever had a running back like Saquon Barkley, if you want to be precise about it. What back do you guys know that we've had like Saquon Barkley, period? Which back? You tell me. I know you want to say Westbrook. I know you want to say, Shady, but those guys, are Eagles legends. But at the end of the day, they didn't come to the team with the pristine of a Saquon Barkley. They weren't no top 5 draft pick, in the NFL like Saquon Barkley was. So I think people are underestimating the caliber player that Saquon is, and the whole league will get put on notice when Saquon runs all over every single team. To have an offensive line like this, to have the weapons on the outside like this, to have Jalen Hurts holding linebackers like this, it's gonna be open season. Remember when Booby, right, the year he left? Well, I think we went deep into the playoffs. The year we went to the playoffs? The year we went to the Super Bowl, I believe it was, when he was I believe he's All-Pro. Was it Miles Allen? Was he All-Pro? I know he was a Pro Bowler for sure, and he had like 1,300 yards rushing that year. All those holes were wide open, and I think that Saquon's gonna get a taste of that. Imagine Saquon not getting hit 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage every single down, because that's the defense is gunning for him every single play. It's gonna be amazing to see him out here. I know everybody's worried about Kelsey, but guess what? Kelsey's replacement been in the building for 2 years. He's not the first legend that the Eagles had to replace. You know what I'm saying? You guys remember we had to replace what's his name again? John Ryan. We had to replace Trey Thomas. We had to replace Brandon Brooks. We had to replace Sean Andrews. We had to replace, what was this? Was it Jackson, Keith Jackson, tight end? Not tight end. What's his name? Jackson, the center we had back in the day. Jamal Jackson, Jamal Brown. I forgot his name, but he was a great center for us too. We had to pay JPP. There's been a lot of freaking great offensive linemen that we've met. Evan Mathis, Todd Harriman. There's been a lot of offensive linemen that the Eagles replaced over the years, and the Eagles has been a great offensive line, since the 2000s. At least, we've been a dominating offensive line. It had a top 5 offensive line in the league. So I'm not really worried about Kelsey. His replacements in the building right now. And I think that, it's going to be a seamless transition, over there. And on the defense side of the ball, it seems like we got a lot of players out there that want to hit, that want to tackle. A lot of the young players with a lot to prove. So I believe that this is going to be a year again, not like last year where no one wanted to tackle. Everybody seemed like they were pussyfooting around the football field. I think you're going to see these young guys fly around, just kind of like a Sidney Brown before he got hurt last year, flying around making hits. Even though he might not been where he needed to be every single down, he was flying around making hits. Blankenship flying around making hits. I think you're going to see Axeman Jr., Jeremiah Trotter flying around making hits. Jalen Carter's going to be flying around making hits. You know what I'm saying? This whole squad is going to be out there just laying pain on offenses across the league this year. It's going to be really nice to see. What up, Ready Red? How you doing today, Cowgirl fan? My boy. He says sweep time. Exactly. We're going to be sweeping you guys this year. It's going to be awesome. He said one voice should help with Vic. Yeah, you know, we don't got two defense coordinators back there trying to call games and stuff. That's ridiculous. Who wants that many defensive coordinators? You know, back there, too many mouths in the room, too much things to really digest over there on the defensive side of football. He said Jalen still got it done against the top teams. We was awful at the end of the year, but the whole team quit. Exactly, you know, and we beat a lot of great teams. That gauntlet, everybody thought we were going to get destroyed in. We went out and won 4 or 5 games. We were 4 out of the 5 games in that gauntlet, and we beat some top tier teams. You know, Jalen beat the Chiefs last year. Jalen beat the Dolphins last year. Had an electric game against Buffalo last year. You know, it was some really good football played by the Eagles during that stretch, and I do believe we got it in it to do it again. I don't know how a football team to have a drop off like that. You know, even at 10-1, none of you guys can even tell me that you thought or even had the slightest, twinkling that you thought this football team was just going to disintegrate at the end of the season. It didn't even look like a NFL team no more at the end of the season. It seemed like everybody, just packed it up. They were done. They were not playing no more. I think, the transfer of defensive coordinators, because I think that was one of Nick Sirianni's dumbest moves ever, was to switch defensive coordinators when you're 10-1. One thing about the side, he was making halftime adjustments for this defense. You know what I'm saying? He was out there making them adjustments, and the team started to look a little bit better, than they did against Gannon in terms of the halftime adjustment side of things. The rest of these guys just quit, man. They got gassed out, or they quit, or they just wasn't that talented to begin with. You know what I'm saying? I think we give a lot of hype to a lot of players on this football team that aren't elite. You know what I'm saying? The team need to keep loading up until we got all elite players, which is not possible because it's the NFL. But, you know what I'm saying, the goal is to get as many of them elite players on the football field at the same time. Our linebackers were suspect, last year, at best. Secondary wasn't as great as it needed to be, obviously. I'm not on board with, getting rid of Bradbury like most of you guys are. But I do think that, Quinyon will get his chance to start by mid-season to the end of the season if Bradbury doesn't play well. I know a lot of people say post June 1st, which it could still happen. It could still happen, but I do see an older cat like Vic Fangio keeping the experience on the football team, and I think Bradbury's going to earn his keep again. He got some secondary help. The defensive line will be getting after the quarterback. The safeties will be a lot better than they were last year, and I think that will help him out as a whole. Y'all should have kept Swift. Nope, I'm cool with Saquon. Hit the Quan. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, you guys got Zeke back. Got Grandpa Zeke back. Yeah, let's see what he does for you guys this year. He said the great white hope will rise. Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean. It's gonna be an interesting person to see out there. They said they don't start him out at nickel corner and see where he goes from there. Like, I do think they should use him as a Swiss Army. To me, he remind me more of a Malcolm Jenkins type player. You know what I'm saying? Get him all over the field. Let GJ just sit in the back end. I know when we got him, like, good, we got that guy that can come up and play, some press when we need him. He's a ball hawk. He's going to be out there. But imagine how much more of a ball hawk he can be if he stay in the back secondary. We don't need to bring him up. We still got Rodgers coming this year that's working in that nickel spot. Cooper DeJean going to be out there working in a nickel spot. I really feel like this would be a year where he can actually truly just sit back and play safety and just make a bunch of plays. It's going to be awesome to see who he gets paired up with. Is it going to be DeJean? Is it going to be Blankenship coming back this year? Is it going to be Sidney Brown pairing up with him? It's got a lot of different ways we can go with that. It's going to be fun to see what goes on. DeJean going to hunt choke Scott. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's going to be having some picks on him. I feel that happening. He said, man, when was the last time a white boy played cornerback in the league? Jason Sehorn, baby. You know who he is. He played with the other division rival team, the Little Giants. And nowadays, man, you seen the boy even hooping. Gene's not no normal. There's always those ones that, got a lot of athleticism and a lot of ability. And I think Gene's going to be one of those people this year. MVP Nation, what are you smoking on early this morning? Cowgirls will not be back-to-back NFC champions. It hasn't happened in years, and it's not happening this year. Eagles will reclaim the throne at the top of the East. And we're going to be NFC champions. You guys can worry about that, but we're going to be division and NFC champions this year. Mark that down. What up, Richard? How you doing today, my guy? How you feeling about the schedule? How you feeling about that schedule? What do you like? What you don't like? Let me know in the chat. When the last time the Cowboys been past the divisional? Exactly. These guys don't even know. 29 years and counting. Long time. BG had to go live 7 a.m. to get this crap ass filthy talk off. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, Ready Red. The Aldridge, how you doing today, my God? Fly Eagles fly all day, every day, and twice on Sunday, baby. And Monday. He said, I agree the team pretty much gave up last season, and that's sad to see. You never want to say your football team, your NFL football team that we pay good damn money to go see, will give up on you like that. But there's a lot of things going on. Everybody hear about there's a lot of things going on with that football team. There's a lot of troubled people there in Philadelphia. But I think they cleared them out. Like I said, we got rid of all the coaches. We got some new guys in there. I like what Kellen Moore is going to bring to this offense, going to add to this offense. And I think Vic Fangio's an old school coach. And I think that's what, when you hear people saying they don't like Vic Fangio, I think because he's old school, he wants the best players, the hardest working players, to be out in that football field. And he's going to teach you old school football like your old school coach did in high school. He's not this new coach that's going to be like pussyfooting around, letting you get away with everything because you got a $20 million contract. He don't care nothing about none of that. You're a first-round pick. You don't care nothing about none of that. He's old school, and he wants the best football players on the field at all times. And you got to respect it, baby. You got to respect it. So I think Fangio will bring the Fangio system, which, probably won't be as much blitzing as we like, but it definitely is going to create a lot of turnovers. People got to realize we have one of the best defensive ever, under JG, and he has somewhat of the Fangio system. And we led the league in sacks and went to the Super Bowl. So having the GOAT himself there, is going to be a lot better for this defense. And I think with having Fangio, we'll get a lot more wins this year, baby. A lot more wins this year. He said Murrow was trash. Cunningham was all right. Yeah, Cunningham was all right. But we need stars, baby. We need stars. I really feel like White this year is going to step up, and show out. I really feel like that this year. I believe White will resurrect his all-pro form here in Philadelphia under a coach like Fangio, pushing him. I think that Trotter Jr. is going to be a linebacker, getting a lot of playing time this year as a rookie. His dad would not allow him not to. I think that we'll see what's up with Nakobe Dean. I'm hoping this is my last-ditch effort to root for Nakobe Dean to be a good linebacker this year. Brom, the rest of those cats, we'll see how that goes. Special team guy. I think that helped our special teams out a lot. But I'm not too sure in terms of the linebacker, even though I know Fangio said something about, like, he was the first linebacker. And I think he was just capping, to be honest. And when he started talking about the linebacker, he could say, Brom, we like him inside and all this and that. And you have to, out of all your linebackers, that's the first one you're going to talk about? Yeah, no. And if he's the best linebacker you think on this football team, we got real problems there. We got some real problems we got to work out there. But I do think the rest of it, I think White goes back to his all-pro self. I think Nakobe Dean, if healthy, has a decent year. But I do think Jeremiah Trotter Jr. will be the steal of the draft and have a great career here in Philadelphia. He almost played in that 29-year stretch. That's the last time a white cornerback played. Huh. I need that Cunningham jersey, my brother. Yes, Randall Cunningham, my favorite. The GOAT of Philadelphia to me. The reason why I'm an Eagles fan today was watching the Randall Cunningham game, man. Definitely. I'm about to give me a Birdgang and the Kelly Green like that. 31 jersey. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Okay, good luck this season as a Cowboy fan. I gotta go. Hey, have a great day, MVP. You know, I wish you Cowgirls the best of luck. Besides when they play the Philadelphia Eagles, but I don't. I think you guys are gonna have a down year, man. I hate to say it. I do think you guys are gonna have a down year. Dak wants to get paid. He's not getting paid, and you guys are looking to kind of Jerry might tank you guys just because he wants to go get Deion Sanders' son next year, early, in the draft. No more Dak. You have Primetime Junior up in the building, Deion around the building every single Sunday. I think that'd be a dream come true for the Cowgirl fans. I was hoping the Eagles played the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Yeah, man, that is one other thing I am very happy about. No holiday games, baby. I'm so happy. Can enjoy a Thanksgiving without cussing. You know what I'm saying? If the Eagles were to lose on that day, can enjoy a Thanksgiving game at Christmas. It sucked losing on Christmas, man. Like, that's the worst feeling. It took one of the best days of the year and just made it trash. It sucked losing on Christmas. I hated it. I hated it. I'm so happy we don't play on Christmas this year. So happy. They can keep that game. They can keep that game on Thanksgiving. They keep that game on Christmas. So I guess there's some things you can trade. No holiday games for early buy. I guess I'll take that trade. Come on, Ready Red. Enough with the names. He said even the Detroit popped their cherry this century and getting the championship game, right? What up, Grandizer? Long time no see, brother. Thanks for stopping by, my guy. What happened to my number one moderator out there? Miss you, brother. Miss you, brother. But thanks for tuning in. Texas best team in Texas. I do believe that. I do believe the Texans will be the best team in Texas this year, man. They got a nice squad over there. I like C.J. Stroud and all the receivers they got over there, man. They just picked up Mixon. That's gonna be a great team over there. They've got a pretty good schedule going on. With the schedule release now officially released to you, which is the trap game for the Eagles, if any. Let's go back and see that again. What did I say earlier? Let's see here. I'll say a trap game. Just looking at the schedule right now. Could be coming off that bye against Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Coming off that bye against Cleveland. Coming out of the bye, Eagles are normally a good team. But against Cleveland Browns, man, like that could be a game that can get us. I ain't gonna stunt. Could get us. If we're not ready, if we're not full gear, running on all cylinders at that point of the season, I think that could be a game that really can get us there. So, but I don't think they will be a trap game, but I think that's one that could get us for sure. Where am I in the chat? He says, question, do you think the 2024 Eagles have way too much traveling distance that will affect their season? A lot of travel mileage, yes. They do travel a lot, man. They're going to be traveling on the road a lot. I don't think it should be. They're pros, man. These are NFL pros. Even if you had to go to 20 away games, who cares? You get paid to go out there and play football, and we got a lot of players that got paid a lot of money. So I don't want to hear no griping and whining about, what travel, where we got to go, how we got to get there. As long as they get there safely on the bus or not on the plane, I think they should be ready to play some football this year. And after the downfall, after the freaking collapse last year, these boys better come out and play, because they're gonna get burnt. The Eagles Nation will be on their ass early in the season this year. I guarantee you that they will be on their ass this year early in the season. So they better not come out, you know, sucking ass, because that's gonna suck. And they will hear from the Eagles nation that they're playing like shit. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I don't think they will. I think everybody's ready. I think everybody understands what's at stake this year. I think everybody realizes we have a team that can go out there and win a championship this year. I think they have. I think we have one of the 22nd hardest schedule this year. The last time the Eagles had one of the easiest schedules in the league in the NFL, we went 14-3 and went to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. So that was the last time. Remember, everybody kept complaining, "Oh, look at your schedule. Look at your schedule. It's so easy. Look at the schedule." That's why you guys went to the Super Bowl. Well, it happened again. So don't cry when you see us in the Super Bowl this year. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. Cannot wait. So, Birdgang 31, what are your too early NFC East final season rankings? I told you guys the Eagles will win the division this year. Mark it down. The Eagles will win the division this year. I stand on that. It hasn't been a back-to-back champion in a long time. I don't think that's going to, break this year, especially with the Cowgirls looking the way they do. And I think we win the division. After that, I do feel like, and I'm not even going to say this as a slight to the Cowgirls, like it's going to be a huge difference. But I think if Daniels plays well for the Commanders, they'll actually have a quarterback and they will actually be able to play some better football. I know they got rid of a lot of defensive pieces. They picked up some nice players this offseason, and they got some nice coaches over there. And I think it's possible they take over that number 2 spot, man. I have a feeling the Commanders, even if it's only a 1-game difference, maybe the Commanders go, I don't know, 10-7, and the Cowgirls go 9-8. I'm not saying either the Cowgirls will be under 500, but I will say it should be Eagles, Commanders, Cowgirls, Little Giants. A lot of Eagles absolutely can't stand the holiday games. Me either. Right? We did beat the GOAT, Tom Brady. Anybody watch the Brady roast? That was some funny stuff over there. He said trap game would be the Jags this year. That's another one. The whole stadium's going to be there to watch Dougie P back in the stadium. It's always emotional when you got former coaches, especially a guy like Dougie P that won the first Super Bowl for us. It's going to be a nice game to see, and hopefully we come out with that W. I think we will, though. I think we will. Here at work, miss you too. Hope you and the Mrs. family are doing well. I'm doing great. The kids doing great. Way too early record prediction. I did say 14-3 again. I'm predicting the 14-3 record. I do think we can go 15-2. Hell, we can go undefeated. Just like when I said 14-3, it's 20-0 until proven otherwise. I don't see one team on this schedule that I think the Eagles can't beat. One team. I think we can beat them all. Beat them all, baby. Beat them all. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like. Thanks for all the support this morning. Make sure you guys are hitting that like wherever you're at. We're on YouTube. We are on Twitter. We are on, Facebook, wherever you're from. Go over to the YouTube page if you can. Do that favor for me. I'm trying to get the content back out. YouTube has been really messing with the channel, not pushing my content out. We're going to get monetizations back going, hopefully, in the next week or two. I don't understand what they're doing with the reused content stuff. I don't really use anybody else's content. I'm kind of confused about that. But ever since then, I've noticed my videos do not get pushed out like they usually are. But it's up to you guys to hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, and make sure you share the content out so we can get the channel back growing, And I know another big reason was I wasn't, posting as much as I used to. But I'm going to start doing this, either getting up early in the morning doing shows. We're going to have to do a couple late night shows. I'm definitely going to be popping out a lot more videos about the Philadelphia Eagles team. I'm going to be on the grind this year, a lot harder than I've ever been, kind of like year one again. on the grind, pushing like I never pushed before, because I love this. I love talking to you guys. I love, the Eagles Nation. I love the way this football team's shaping up. And I love the Eagles, baby. And we're going to definitely talk about it all year long. You know what I'm saying? Watch every Tuesday night, me and JC on The Truth, where we drop knowledge about the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll be recapping this schedule release on that one as well with JC Sports Talk. Way too early prediction. Player of the year. Player of the year is going to be, listen, I think the offensive player of the year is going to be Saquon Barkley this year. And I think the MVP is going to be Jalen Hurts. Because I think you take away those turnovers of Jalen Hurts, it's definitely in the MVP conversation. We don't have so many losses. So Jalen Hurts in the MVP category, and I think Saquon Barkley would be the Eagles player of the year this year. Rookie of the year, ooh. I know everybody wants to say Quinyon, baby. I know you want to say Quinyon. I know some people want to say DeJean. But I'm going to go with Jeremiah Trotter Jr., man. I think he can play some football, man. I think he won't be his dad, but he's definitely not going to be no bum out there. I think he's going to go out there. He had great career with Clemson, and I do believe that he's big enough to go, make a great impact in this league this year. And I think his dad's going to have him ready. They're going to be swinging axes and cutting down trees in the backyard all year long. This country boy, he got that country muscle. He might not look as big, but them country boys got that country muscle. It's a little bit different than, rather regular gym muscle, but I think he's going to have a little bit of both. He's a little bit quicker. I know a little bit lighter, but I think he's going to have a great year in this Fangio system this year. I think he's going to be the Eagles Rookie of the Year this year. What else we got in here? Another question. He said, BG31, did you see the Fresh Rams 2024 season release video? Eagles versus Round is super fresh. That's also scary. I will send it to you. Yeah, send that to me. I don't think I've seen any other teams except for the Eagles schedule release video, and I absolutely loved it. They killed that video. A lot of familiar faces in the video. It's awesome to see. There's also seen that video. And I think, like I said, I want to check out some of the rest of them. I just really wanted to get on here and get this schedule release out there and talk about this football team this morning before I get ready for work here. So yeah, what have I don't see when you drop video? I told you guys, YouTube don't push anything out. But hopefully after next week, I'm doing everything possible. I've been cleaning out my freaking channel. Any kind of videos that I had to use, clips that I use, I'm making sure I get all that erased, and hopefully that'll take care of the problem. So hopefully within the next week or so, I'll be back monetized. We'll be having memberships back up, and they'll start pushing out our videos. So make sure, really got to make sure they unsubscribe you, and they also take off your notifications. So double check that. Maybe unsubscribe and subscribe again. Hit the notification bell. I heard Philly 500 say he had to do that a couple times with his channel, even though he got 100K. But I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get to 10K, baby. It's only my third year, and I'm trying to get to that 10K mark, baby. So help me get there. Ready Red is going off in the chat. I love it. I miss you, Ready. I miss you. And letting all my Eagles just run all over you in the Cowgirls. I love it. They demonetized you because you collab with JC. Just kidding. Hey, what is up with One Trey Rock? How is he? How is Philly Notion? I haven't even seen or heard from Philly Notion. I hope he's doing great. One Trey Rock is still Trey Rock, coaching football, handling business. We had a show a couple of weeks back on the channel. You can go check that out. We're going to be doing our Birds on the Line again this year. Definitely letting the Eagles Nation talk about the season. Might even do one come around training camp when they start letting us know what's going down with the team. Yeah, so hey guys, we are at an hour. Thank all you guys for tuning in. If you just joined in, rewind and check it out again. Share, like, comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, go hit that subscribe, baby. I will be coming on more often, more frequently. Maybe it is because have been stuck with only making, collabs with JC, and it's on both of our channels. So maybe they're saying something about that, and the network channels. Make sure you guys tune into BGN Sports Media, looking to bring some nice talent this year on the sports media side too as well. So make sure you're locked in. But yeah, I'm gonna be giving you a lot more of just BG. We're gonna be BG talking to the nation, baby, and we're gonna be talking about this Philadelphia Eagles team in 2024 as we go on the road to the championship, baby. On the road to this championship. The journey starts now. We got the schedule. We did the draft. Free agency's already happened. Next is training camp. We are on that road, baby, and I cannot wait because I believe at the end of the road, baby, the Eagles will be bringing back another one of these, another Lombardi. We're gonna have two Lombardis, 5 championships, and I don't care about all you guys that only count Super Bowls because that's stupid. That's stupid to me. Like you gotta count championships. Period. If it was football and it was a football team and there was a championship game, doesn't matter what they called it, it was still a championship game, and they still, a championship. I don't care how you guys want to slice it. I'm still claiming it. Baby, we got four rings, 1 Super Bowl, 3 titles. And it's about to be 5th title for Philadelphia. He said, BG on the Black Pete Sappers. I hit whatever they serve my way. But the Eagles fans are like Andre Agassi. We destroy Sanford. Yeah, man, have a great day. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Once again, salute to my daughter, 12 years old today. Happy birthday, baby. Daddy loves you. And like I said at the end of this video, you will see some videos coming out. We'll be dropping a couple of videos. But BG is on the way to work now. So it is fly, Eagles, fly. Till next time. I love all you guys. Thanks for supporting the channel. And go Birds, like Twist says. Go Birds, baby. We out. Peace.